Hey, welcome to the Vent Box. Let it out, get it off your chest. Who's calling?
Hi, this is Olive.
Hi, Olive. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, good. Thanks for calling
Good.
the Vent Box. What you want to talk about?
Well, a few things, but let me make my disclaimer first. This is not knocking people that have kids or that want kids, but there's a group of women out there. I'm 38 years old.
Okay.
I've been divorced for a while, about 6 years now. Um, and I feel like when you're 38, you're not old yet,
Hell no,
but
you're
you're
not.
not, yeah, but you're not young anymore either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You're
Yeah.
knocking on 40, so you ain't no spring chicken out here anymore. So,
Okay.
that I just want to say that because that age specifically, because when you say 33, 30, it's different. 38 is just a different age. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have any children. I'm pretty successful in
Okay.
my career, my job.
Okay.
And I do not want children.
Okay.
And I think there are a lot of women that fall into that group with me. However, it took me a while to even be able to get the courage to say that I don't want to have kids.
Get the courage to say it to who?
Well, here we go. Great question.
Okay.
To say it, period. First off, to just
To yourself, like to just own
feel, yeah, to just not feel guilty because the first kind of pressure you feel as a woman sometimes, not in all cases, but sometimes is from your family, especially your parents. When you're gonna give me some grandbabies?
Okay.
When you're gonna get married? When you're gonna give me them grandbabies? And because they're your parents and they've looked out for you your entire life and have been awesome, you want to give them what they want. However, that might not be the best thing for you.
You know, it's funny that you say that because I've never felt that way. I never felt like I owed it to my mom to give her grandkids. But then I got a different kind of mom anyway. So let's just say that. My mother's an entertainer, so she really wasn't starting that shit anyway. She didn't care. That she never, literally never brought it up. And, neither one of them was actually planned, but it was, it was like, okay, I'm pregnant. Okay, well, let's go.
Right.
I've never felt any obligation to anyone with regards to my life decisions, like decisions that are only going to affect me and not that person, or with regards to my body. Like, you can't tell me shit, like, mind your business.
Well, that's a lesson I've learned later in life. But there's a lot of us that, just want to please their parents and make them, not saying that you don't, but just that would let them saying something like that to you influence what they do, no matter how stupid of an idea it is, because it is your body, it is your life. You know what I'm saying? And no one should tell you what to do with it or when to do it or to hurry up and do it. No one.
Absolutely.
I know that now, but at 20, 22, 23 years old, I'm like, oh, maybe I do need to get married and hurry.
Your parents weren't telling you what to do, right? They were just kind of like nudging you, like, please.
It's that question. It's gonna be your listeners are gonna agree. It's that, when you gonna give me some grandbabies? It's that. It's not you need to have some kids. It's just the question.
At what age did this start for you? Did you start hearing your parents say they wanted grandkids from you?
That's a good question. Definitely in my 20s, maybe mid 20s.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Before it was babies, it was, when are you going to get married? That came first. And then, the pressure to, asking when am I going to have kids and this. And so I always
grow up in a traditional kind of family, mother, father in the house, you had.
Yeah, we was regular.
Okay.
It was a regular,
cliche regular, because regular ain't regular no more.
Well, I'm not gonna say like I had amazing parents, and
Yeah.
both parents worked, middle class.
Okay. 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 But I'm
It was
saying
good.
like,
And also too, that was just the norm. You know what I'm saying?
what was
Like
the
that
norm?
was getting married and having kids.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
That's
say
what I
where
meant.
I'm from,
That's what I meant.
but it was the norm where I was from.
Okay.
Where people
Yeah, that's just what
born
everybody
in a
did.
different. Yeah, that's just the norm. And so I think that varies from where you're born at as well.
It varies because of a lot of things, like their
Yeah.
upbringing and location,
Oh
and
yeah.
and how they were raised. If they were raised traditionally, and your mother didn't work because the father was the breadwinner, and the mother stayed home, took care of the kid. I mean, there's a lot, of
Yeah.
things that contribute to that. So, okay,
And then
but I'm sorry.
another thing that might contribute to it is also your siblings. If you have older siblings that have grandchildren and are married and are doing exactly what mom and dad have asked them to do, and they kind of looking at you like,
Why you got to be the defiant one?
come on, when you gonna?
Yeah,
That's why it's always a question. Well, when are you gonna do it?
Okay.
Such and such is, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But anyway,
Okay.
So I don't have any kids, and that's why it took me so long to be able to even say it out loud in the first place.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to disappoint,
Okay.
people that I love.
Okay.
But I finally got to that point, really after my divorce, and I was like, you know what? No, and it's not because I don't like children. I love children. I think they're beautiful. I think they're the last group of innocent people on this earth. That's why I think they're great, because they just don't know what all the shit we're dealing with right now.
Okay.
They just don't know. But I don't have that motherly instinct that hasn't kicked in yet. And I get that it kicks in for some women, but there's a group of us where it doesn't.
What do you mean instincts?
Like where you start getting to that age, like
like
what,
that, the itch, the itch. Okay,
yeah.
okay,
Or
gotcha.
my clock is ticking.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Or I have that, because I've heard people say that to me too. Don't remember who they were, but I do remember hearing like, "Oh, girl, that motherly instinct will kick in," and they say it when you're holding a baby. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, like
as soon as you're holding the baby,
don't you want one?
See? Oh, that's why I don't like holding babies. What I do like holding babies, but I don't like holding them in front of people, because they be looking at me like, don't you want? No.
Yeah, well, you gotta hold them in front of people because it's not yours. So.
Because it's not mine. So, but I don't like to. But I do it. But I don't enjoy it because I'm like, no, I don't.
So you don't like holding babies because you don't like babies, or you don't like holding babies because you don't want, what's coming up. You feel like
I know, I can feel the stares that will come. I love babies. They're cute and cuddly. I worked at a daycare for 2.5 years. Like, I love them. They're the most adorable little thing. But every time, if you're the only woman in the room, this is good. If you're the only woman in the room that does not have children, they're gonna look at you different when you hold that baby versus when the friend that does have kids. If they
know you and know that you don't have children.
Yes. They're gonna say, oh, and then what else I don't like? When people say, well, you don't have kids, so you don't understand. Just because I don't have kids doesn't mean I'm an irresponsible person.
Yeah.
It's a lot of irresponsible people out here with multiple kids.
Yeah, I mean, and it's life too. Like, you don't have to have a dog to know that the damn thing needs to be fed. Don't pick it up and throw it on the floor. Don't, you know what I mean? Obviously, yeah.
Please stop saying that, mothers.
Okay.
To women that don't have children.
So you feel the pressure of having kids from your parents. Okay. But as a 38,
parents, but not just that.
I was gonna say, as a 38-year-old woman, like, the parents' pressure should not still be.
No, it's not. That was in my 20s, like I said.
Okay.
The pressure that you experience as a 38-year-old woman, which is why I called in, is when you're in the dating scene. And I know we have to talk about dating in a different way now, but I'm talking about pre-COVID, because I ain't been on no fucking date.
Yeah. Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Gotcha.
So before all of this is pre-COVID experiences, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be out here like, because of the pandemic. No, boo boo.
Okay. Okay, so dating.
Dating, and I have to say, because I like the brothers, so I date African American men.
Okay.
I'm an African American woman.
Okay.
I like the brothers. You know what I'm saying? I like all races, but as far as where I'm gonna start with the brothers.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
So, but I have a problem with the brothers sometimes. And I don't think anyone's had the courage or been bold enough to let them know that they do this. So I'm gonna say it, and brother, if this doesn't apply to you, it doesn't apply to you. But it has happened to me on multiple occasions where I have gone out on a date with a guy. He's, successful, doing well with his life. We sit down at dinner, and I figure dating is the opportunity to get to know one another.
Okay.
So things are going well. We're asking questions, and immediately the questions about, do you have kids? And then I say no. And then the next question, of course, is, well, do you want kids?
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with asking that question.
Okay.
That's an important question to ask. However, if the woman's response is no.
If your response is no.
Yes, if he asks you, do you have kids? And you say no. And he says, well, do you want kids? And you say no. Here's where the date goes left.
Really?
This is no. I'm getting ready to explain where it goes left. We're still fine right here. But where it goes left is when he starts, after you say no, you don't want kids, he calls you selfish.
On the first date?
This has happened on more than one experience.
Really?
He calls you selfish and then starts explaining reasons as to why you should have a baby and should change your entire life, your career. You don't even have the same parts as me, brother. How you gonna tell me what I'm supposed to do? If you have a baby, guess what? You get to still go to work. Your body don't change unless you eat when she eats. But you don't grow this fetus inside of you for 9 months. But you gonna sit up here and tell me what I'm supposed to do with my body?
Okay,
and
Olive,
you don't even know me.
Okay, Olive. I want you to take a deep breath, though. Take a deep breath.
It pisses me.
I know.
Box, right?
Oh, I know. I know.
I'm in the box right now, honey. I'm in the box.
You're in the box. Yeah. Listen,
Let me calm down.
So, on the first date, you telling me this has happened multiple times where on the first date, the man has called you selfish for you not wanting to have kids.
And even if I'm not on a date, if I'm just having a conversation with a man, period, and they tell me, I say I don't want to have kids. It could be a male friend. It could be just someone casually I'm talking to. It's always you're selfish. It's always that S word. Always. You're selfish, and let me tell you why.
I have never, first of all, I don't know if it's my disposition or the way I just,
Yeah, no one would ever call you selfish.
I cannot imagine someone that I'm just meeting telling me that I'm selfish and giving me backup details for it because of what I choose not to do with my body. Like, I cannot imagine. If it was a woman, like, she'd get the same cussing. The cussing is the same, whether it's a woman, whether it's a man. But
at least she has your parts. That's my point. At least you can speak from experience if you're a mother.
I guess, but still, it's my parts. My parts ain't your parts. And still, you can't. My parts ain't your parts. You can't tell me. You don't know why I don't want to have kids. You don't know why. Right. I mean,
you don't know if I maybe have medical issues or something. Maybe I'm infertile. Maybe I can't.
It's like we're not even having that deep of a conversation on the first date. That's not happening.
That's where it goes left, Keish. That's where it goes left. Where I'll be like, you know what? I'm so tired of this. Like, I don't want to. First of all, it's a difficult decision to make personally. To even be able to speak it out loud, which is
it's different. It's difficult because you're going to get pushback, or why is it difficult?
Yes. Okay. Yes. If every time you said you wanted to do something that was the most important decision of your life, and someone calls you selfish because of that decision, it's hard to just even accept that. You got to be a very confident person. That's why I love Tracy Elise Ross. I love her life, how she lives. She does her thing. She doesn't have kids. She's very successful, and she says she doesn't want to. And that's one of the reasons I have the confidence to kind of say, that I don't want to. When I saw her speak up about it, I think.
Okay, so you talking about Tracy, Diana Ross's daughter, Tracy Ellis?
Yes.
So
Tracy Ellis Ross.
I didn't know that she ever spoke about that. Like, so it's a thing. I just think it. Oh, okay. I'm gonna check it out. I didn't. It's just strange to me that people feel the need to tell you what to do with your life. It's funny. Something stuck out that you said is that when you make the decision, this decision is the most important, maybe the single most important decision of your life. I don't know. I mean, to other people that may be the most important decision, but if you're ambitious and you want to pursue your career, that could be the single most important decision you make in your life, not having a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really, like, if I'm not the woman that wants to have kids, sir, that I just went on the date with for the first time, then you need to move on and find somebody whose vagina you can control, because
like, even if my response is no, just say, oh, okay, and then move on. What I don't like is
that's tacky. That's just tacky to even keep going. Yeah.
The listing of reasons as to why I should do it. Like, what are you? What am I supposed to do, Keish? At the end of the conversation, be like, you know what?
Ain't no list.
You right. I'm gonna have a baby.
Ain't no list of reasons, child. Ain't no list of reasons. You said, first of all, be you selfish. Oh, okay then. All right. All right. Let me.
Can I get this to go?
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. Like, that's it. Like, and blocked and on everything and on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
And he's calling. Like, I might get up and go to the bathroom and never come back.
But you know what? Here's the thing, and this is why I love the vent box, because maybe it's some guys that don't know not to do that, and maybe this will help them understand. Because I'm ignorant to a lot of things. I don't have it all figured out either as a woman, and I can admit that. And so maybe there's guys out there that are good guys, but just don't know that that's offensive.
Okay.
So guys, don't do that.
Well, first of all, if a woman says no and you start listing, if you have to be completely, like, zoned out to not be paying attention to the interaction or the lack thereof with this person that you're on this date with at the first time. If you can tell when you've offended someone, or if you put someone on the defense. So that's bullshit. Happens. Like, if you're that, selfish that you can't even see outside of your own,
Well, see, that's what I was gonna say. Some guys approach dating, especially nowadays, I think, especially with online, which I don't know what that's like, but I just feel like everything is so quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like some guys approach dating, and women, but we're talking about men here, approach it with what can I get out of this situation?
A checklist. They got a checklist. They come into it with a checklist.
Does she fit into my life the way that I want her to fit into, versus two people trying to come together?
And that's fine. I mean, that's fine. I think grown adults, and you're 38 years old, I think you should date the same way. Like, you should
definitely.
You shouldn't date just blindly, like, I'm just gonna go out with this guy. And I mean, unless you just want some free food or want some sex or something like that. But for the most part, you go into it with an understanding like that, like, okay, this is what I'm looking for in a man, whether you want to eventually get married or to settle down or whatever. And that's not a problem for him to come to the table wanting to have kids or hoping that this great person that he thinks you are, because he just met you,
all I'm saying
wants
is
kids. All I'm saying is that it's when it comes to you saying no, that's it.
That's fine. Come to the table with your own plan and agenda. All I'm saying is just be conscious there's another human being sitting across from you.
Of course.
That might also have wants and dreams. It just seems very one-sided. When you ask me a question, and if the tables were turned and I ask you a question and you say no, you don't want to do, I'm not gonna try to convince you.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
In order for you to fit into my situation.
And if you did try to convince me, like, I'm not having your kids, child, I just met you.
Right.
I don't even know if you good in bed or not. I don't know if I want to
Can we get there?
past today.
Can we just get to the second date? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you, Olive, but I need you to take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Take a, short breaths.
It's just, you know what it is? I don't mean to get so upset, but it's frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
It's frustrating at times,
Of course.
because it's not a bad thing to not want to have children. It's a beautiful thing to have them, but it's not a negative thing to not want to have kids. And I think it's a conversation that I hope more women can have together. Like, I hope there's people that'll comment and be like, I'm one of those women, and I know exactly what you're talking about. As ridiculous as it seems, that's just what it's like. Like, the dating scene is so different. It's so weird now, and so you just trying to find out if the person is a weirdo or not on the first date.
And and he's asking you, it's like speed dating. Like, he's going through his checklist, and that's fine. But when the answer is no, that's it. Don't come back.
Don't call me a name.
Move on to the next table and speed date with the next person. Like, get the hell on out of here with that.
Get out of here. Yeah. Oh, I appreciate you. I needed to vent. Like, I genuinely feel better because it's something I don't really talk about, because it is considered, by a lot of people to be a negative thing. And it's not, though. Like, you live your life. Do what works for you. If you want to be a mama of 12, you be a mama of 12. But also, if you want to be a mother of 0 and have your life and your career and
that's it,
and buy what you want to buy and do what you want to do and have your big house and all of that, do that. There's nothing selfish about that.
Correct.
Honestly, because I don't have any children, I'm able to do a lot more for my family. Right. You know what I'm saying? If they need it versus, if I had kids. So this was good, man.
Well, maybe not. I mean, but at the end of the day, you do what's for you, because
you do what's best for you.
There's people who have kids that are able to take care of their family and still do all of that. It's just, that's your personal preference, and you can have that, and you don't deserve to be questioned, put through the ringer about it. So
questioned or called no kind of name. Definitely.
Well, ain't no names, child. The drink would have been thrown in the face. It would have been a TV show taken up in there. I'm not doing that. But
show you selfish.
Look, Olive, thank you for calling. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
All right.
All right.
Take care.
Take it easy.
Bye.